2024 Supreme S240 sitting in a Spearmint hull and interior deck with an Onyx black accent stripe. This has the more aggressive gel scheme, as I like to consider it. You have kind of this exploding line that goes into the bow, where the black kind of carries up over the top deck as well. Looks really cool. 24-foot boat, massive. All the room for your friends to come out, hang out on the lake with you in this boat. A smooth ride, a great drivability while you're towing surfers or wakeboarders, and a decent amount of storage being 24 feet. S240 sits on a tandem axle boatmate trailer, color matched with the spare tire, swing tongue. Saves a ton of space if you're planning to store this in a barn or a garage or whatever you've got. Comes with the Roswell tower, the set of rotating Roswell board racks. We have the So Long Bimini top on here. Has surf pockets on the roof, obviously in the storage position as it sits right now. And a pair of Rev 10 tower speakers, which is part of the Champ audio package on this boat. Bimini top, you unzip the boot, flip it forward, put a locking pin through on the front edge of the support on the, which is mounted to the tower. You basically get shade from this point all the way up just past the windshield. So nice big Bimini with tons of shade underneath it. Tower is also two-tone, so we have the Spearmint accents on there, which kind of spice it up a little bit. But always love the Spearmint and black color schemes when we do them on our Supremes and Centurions. We have black Supreme lettering on here as well. It's in a matte finish. Looks really cool. Coming around the transom, you're going to see this boat is equipped with Quick Surf. Has a Silent Stinger wake plate in the middle. So that, as you can see, the exhaust tips push the emissions down into the prop stream, and you're not going to get those fumes coming up. Also makes the boat operate nice and quiet. Also, on the underside of the platform here, we have a ladder. So that's super handy. Take a quick lap around the boat to get a nice look at it. It's really pretty. The S has a nice deep hull. I mentioned that smooth, rough water ride. That is attributed to this very aggressive entry angle on the front of this hull, and it just chops through like butter, like a hot knife through butter. But a pretty sweet looking ride. Let's jump up inside and check out the interior. Get the steps on the trailer to make that a little bit easier when you're on land. And let's step up here, check it out. We have our two white interior, as they call it, as our main. And it is what they call outside the box, full texture on here. So you're going to see this same kind of texture running through the entire interior. Definitely gives the boat that more premium feel for sure. Not that I think the Supremes in their segment definitely have a more premium feel than pretty much any of their competitors. The thickness of the vinyl, the density of and the thickness of the foams, the seat bases. You don't find that in any other boat, and you definitely and certainly do not find this type of textured vinyl, which kind of, again, gives the boat that kind of premium feel that you're looking for. So we've got that. We have black accents on our piping and seat boxing. So not a lot of color on our vinyl itself, but if we look at our gator step floor, we did it in black and Spearmint. So you got a matching floor with the exterior of the boat, which pulls that scheme on into the interior, which looks great. Obviously, again, 24-foot boat. There's a lot of seating space back here behind the windshield. Legally, this boat seats 16 people. On the transom, before I go all the way into the interior, we do have these nice storage cubbies you can use them. They double as coolers. You have one on each side, and they have a drain that leads down into the bilge. So they work great for coolers. Big sun pad all the way across. Obviously no walk-through, but we do have the optional ski pylon. Popping open our rear corners here, you're going to see our ballast bags. This boat hasn't, from the factory, you can get up to 4,800 pounds of ballast on the boat. I mentioned this in our S240 video. We did not option the bow bag in this boat for a couple reasons, primarily being after running these boats for a couple of seasons now, we found that we're pretty much never putting any water in those bow bags. So this has all available ballast minus the bow bag, which totals in, it's about a 300-pound bag, so we're looking at 4,500 pounds of ballast in this boat, which is more than adequate. This boat puts out an amazing wake and wave. Super easy to set up, and yeah, it's super fun to surf and ride behind. Get this engine cover out of the way. We can take a look at it. There we go. Where we're going to see, this has the 6-liter PCM 409. That is paired with the heavy-duty prop and a 1.72 to 1 gear ratio on the transmission. You can see all our ballast pumps out there. So we have 5 ballast locations in the boat, and each location has its own pump. So that is going to help cut down fill times. You're not waiting for like a tank below to fill before the bag above starts filling. Every ballast location has its own dedicated ballast pump. But what I was getting at with that 6-liter is that heavy-duty prop and that transmission turn this thing into a beast that pushing the boat through the water at slower speeds for surfing, for example. So it's a really nice setup. We can flip up our seats here. We do have hinged seating on this S240, and storage under the seats is all carpet free, so nothing's going to hold any water. Our center seat here, you can slide, lock it in. You do have a nice step leading into the interior when you don't have the seat there, so you're not stepping on it. As you can see, hopefully on video, there's nice runway lighting on either side below the track. And then we have some accent lighting above our speakers under the combing pads here where our cup holders are. Storage leading us all the way around. If you need to pull the cushions out to clean, you can always just pull this pin and release the seat cushion, so you can remove it if you want to. Down in the OB, one of my favorite changes for 2024 is they moved the amps from this sidewall to the wall up in the front. Now, you can't open and access your storage from the bow anymore, which I don't know how useful that was in the first place. It was a pretty small opening, but moving those amps forward allowed you to have wider storage in this compartment here. You can see I've sloppily placed some docking lines and some life jackets in here, but your batteries are located right under the love seat, and you have a huge amount of storage right here underneath. We have a house battery and an engine battery that you can adjust, and also have a full stereo head unit right here on the side, which has a controller over at the dash. You can still control everything through the screen, but a complaint for some was that you had to use the stereo through the screen. You didn't have a tactile way to adjust volume and everything, so now you have this remote right here, and it's just really nice to have. Speaking of the dash, let's check it out. We have a clamping phone charger right here. We have our touchscreen dash in the center. Nice and low, so you have great visibility out of the bow, which I mentioned earlier. We have, you can adjust your speed, you can adjust your surf system, ballast. This has an optional map package you can add to the boat if you'd like. Again, our stereo. And lastly, there are rider presets available on this boat. You can program in, have a repeatable wake and wave every time you want to go out once you get that dialed to your liking. Switches over on the right for lights and bilge, blower, that type of thing. Again, your stereo controller on the sidewall. Nice big driver's seat, the bolster. And up top, we have a mirror. Heading up to the bow. There's a lot of space up here. This is a deep bow. Kids like to ride up here. You're going to feel like they're safe and secure because they're down inside the boat. And a couple people can 2 to 3 people are going to be plenty comfortable. A spot for an anchor. And probably my favorite part about not having the bag in the front, again, which we never really use in the first place, is that you actually have usable storage. So you can see we have the full cover stashed up on this side. And then over here on the left, if I can get it open here with one hand. There we go. We have our fenders. So this has 6 fenders with it. So you have usable storage in the boat. Again, can't open the seat back like you used to be able to, but you can open it on the other side, which has some storage space as well. If you got some spare life jackets you want to keep in the boat, great spot for those. You can get creative, put whatever you need in there. So yeah, S240, great setup, awesome performer all around, great family boat, has all the room. Hit us up at N3 Boatworks if you would like more info on the S240, or you want to come check it out. You can hit us up at 317-845-9253. And thank you for watching.